the show begins.
Keep your eyes wide open.
This should be where Kokomi said to meet her. Do you still remember this place? Paimon remembers we came by here last time we visited Watatsumi Island. That was back when you did your stint as captain of Swordfish too. Paimon's curious whether the resistance troops still remember you. Things on the island must have changed a lot since then. Oh, shall we take a look around?
If the enemy outnumbers you, seek their weakness and exploit it. If you outnumber the enemy, seek unequivocal domination and crush them. Marauders on the waterfront are supplied by sea. Burning their ships is the path to success.
General Goro, sir, do you have a verdict?
More or less. From the directives left behind by Her Excellency, we can surmise that a Fatui ship is moored nearby. This explains their aggressive posture. We could split into two teams, one to draw their attention and the other to circle around behind enemy lines and set fire to their ship. They'd have nowhere to run. Then again, Madame Kokomi made clear that we are not to split up without sufficient forces. We'd risk being picked off one by one until our whole line of defense disintegrated.
Sir, shall I send for reinforcements?
I doubt there's time. Based on their movements, they'd likely be gone before our troops arrived. Her Excellency's directives also stipulate that we should wait in ambush and avoid making the first move. Since we lack sufficient troops...
Sir, we're just gonna stand by and watch them leave? Surely there must be another way.
Her Excellency's directives also state help may arrive when all seems lost. As for where this help is supposed to come from,
Hey, Goro! What are you guys up to?
Captain, you've returned to Watatsumi Island.
That's great! Her Excellency's directives are as reliable as ever. Recently, the remnants of the Fatui forces have been unusually active. We've been monitoring their movements, waiting in ambush here. Unfortunately, we don't have the manpower to split into two teams. Can we ask you to keep them occupied?
Hard to say no when it's the Fatui. Whatever they're planning, we won't let them get away with it.
Good. There's not a moment to lose. We'll go behind enemy lines and sabotage their ship. Let's meet back here afterward. Watch yourselves. We'll be back shortly.
Seems like the Resistance still remembers us. Come on, let's help them get this situation
Forth, my blade! Spirit blade!
Incinerate! Time for your arraignment! I feel a little weak.
This is gonna hurt.
Keep within the law. Motion to compel.
One with my blade. From whence you came.
This is bad. This isn't good.
Boom boom! Ha! The law has loopholes.
Swift and merciful.
You can't hurry up. This was well done.
Death looms. My time to shine.
Roasted fry. You need to hurry up. An unfortunate fault.
Let's dance.
Let's move. Have a load of this.
One with my blade. Submit for judgment.
You get careless. Let's move.
I'll protect us.
Swift and merciful. The scourge of evil remains. This is getting interesting.
Let's move.
Let's dance. Incinerate!
Comrades, they've set the ship on fire! An arson attack! Curse them! They leave us no choice but to attack! Comrades, let's make them regret it!
Motion to compel!
Killjoy! We've only just begun. You can't run!
Incinerate!
Don't be a killjoy! We've only just begun.
Motion to compel! Wrap up the flame!
Can't run! Well, try. Don't be a killjoy! We've only just begun.
Boom boom!
Must collect myself.
Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun. You can't run.
Let the show begin.
Force my blade. Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun. That all you got? This is you can't run. After all that training.
Motion to compel.
Killjoy. We've only just
It's jury. It's been getting quite busy recently. Haven't you heard? Reboot is a There's still a long road ahead.
Wind go with you. Welcome to Mondstadt.
Come at me. Oh, you got it. You can't run.
Incinerate!
Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
Swift and merciful.
Can't run.
But how?
Well, neither can I. Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
Boom boom!
You can't run. Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun. Time for a break.
Motion to compel!
You can't run.
A touch of frost.
Be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
Forth, my blade. Spirit blade. Attack.
Incinerate!
This isn't over.
Boom boom! Time for your arraignment!
Well, you got it. Don't be a killjoy. We've only just...
I object.
You can't run.
Incinerate!
I see through you. Looks like I... What too far?
Prepare to be blown away!
A touch of frost. From whence you came.
That seemed to work. This is trouble.
Windblade!
Loneliness.
We were lucky to have you here. We'd have no way to prevent their escape without you.
What's that you're holding? Is it the directives from Kokomi? Let Paimon see. Oh, wow. This is a whole...
Yeah. Well, no, not all of them. I have 5 more volumes with me.
Are you serious?
Her Excellency always plans for every scenario. Plus, these are her general operational directives, which are more comprehensive than most. Still, we're fortunate to have them. They make sure we're prepared for every eventuality, no matter how complex.
Understanding every eventuality sounds tiring enough, let alone right.
Captain, are you back on Watatsumi Island to lead Swordfish 2 again? We've all been feeling your absence. Her Excellency says that now is a time of peace, and that we should reduce the size of the military and focus on about half of us are still organized into task forces, supporting the platoons. The other half have been given various other functions like patrol, construction, and farming. Of course, not everyone's happy about it. The other day, an old buddy of mine was grumbling about being forced to build houses. Said that
The spirit of the resistance is alive and well, huh? Anyway, we're here because Kokomi invited us to the victory feast. Do you know where we could find her, Guru?
I believe Her Excellency is currently at Boro Village. There were reports of a possible disturbance over there. If I'm not mistaken, Her Excellency has gone to deal with it in person. We should probably get going ourselves. And, also, on your way over, please check in on the soldiers. I'm sensing a growing unease among them, but I don't know what's causing it. They used to tell me all their concerns, but whatever this is, they're keeping it hidden. I don't...
Sounds good. Paimon was just thinking it'd be good to see everyone again. Ready when you are.
The scourge of evil remains.
We can do this!
Wait, aren't you... Oh, it is you! Oh, you have our gratitude. I wasn't with Swordfish 2. But I did see you in Tatarasuna. Oh, you really gave it to those shogunate samurai in the fight of honor. Is there anything you need from me? I'm at your service. On edge, you say? In fairness, the battle isn't long over, and, well, perhaps it isn't quite over for them. You know what I mean? Every single person looked death in the face that day. Victory's declared, and all of a sudden, the fighting's over. But people can't just snap back into normal life again. I don't know what else it could be, but what I do know is that as long as Her Excellency is with us, and all the more so now that you're back, seriously, if there's ever anything you need, just say the word.
What a nice guy.
I've definitely seen you somewhere before. Can't place you, but I'm guessing you're not with the Shogun's army. So, unsettled. Unsettled how? I haven't, not that I would necessarily. I keep to myself. We're at peace now, finally, and I for one intend to make the most of it. My life right now is about two things. Sorry that I can't be more help.
Huh. Seems he's about to fall asleep.
Ugh, I don't understand what Her Excellency is thinking. I mean, peace talks? Give me a break. Why would she agree to that?
Exactly. Everyone knows you can't trust the Tenryo Commission. I heard they've been secretly coordinating with the Fatui and plan to continue their attacks.
Wait, for real? You're sure of this?
Positive. Some of our guys had a run-in with a few Fatui. They caught them conspiring together firsthand.
I knew it! The Tenryo Commission are a bunch of crooks. They'll never change. Honestly, it's...
Shh, keep your voice down. Someone's coming.
Hey there! What you talking about?
Captain, you're back. Do you think we should tell the captain about what we were discussing just now?
No, let's not mention it. She's one of her closest advisors. For all we know, the peace talks could have been her idea.
I'm sure the captain would see where we're coming from, but you're right. We should probably play it safe. Welcome back to Watatsumi Island, Captain. Nothing to report here. Everything is A-okay.
Her Excellency should be in the village at present. Head straight over if you wish, Captain.
Paimon definitely detected some hush-hush going on there. But if they aren't gonna talk, we might as well head over to the village.
No time to lose. Yep.
Admit it! We know you've been secretly supplying the Tenryo Commission with goods purchased on Watatsumi Island. I knew something was off about a Tenryo Commission merchant doing business here. So, what do you have to say for yourself, huh?
I'm innocent. Ha! You're as guilty as they come. You never should have been allowed to set foot on this island, let alone take him away.
Wait! Kokomi! There you are! Something's going down over here! You should take a look, pronto!
Your Excellency! This merchant is suspected of criminal activity, so our surveillance shows that in his whole time here, he has made numerous purchases, but no sales. And yet, he has no stock in his possession. We believe it's highly
I haven't!
That will do. Let's not let ourselves get too worked up here, shall we? Everyone take a deep breath with me. In and out. Better? Matsuda, Uchimura. I understand that you're concerned for the safety of Watats, but before we make any decisions over whether this merchant is guilty or not, we must give him the chance to explain himself. If he's guilty, of course, there will be consequences. But if he's innocent, he doesn't deserve to be falsely accused. This is Watatsumi. Excuse me, sir. As you know, my subordinates have some concerns surrounding your commercial activity here. Perhaps you could...
Of course! I can explain everything. I'm a trader on the island. So naturally, I built up some inventory. I was planning to hold off on selling until the prices went up, but then, but then I was robbed by the Fatui. They took everything. Now, you think about that. First, I lose all my inventory, then I get...
And why should we believe you? So what? That doesn't prove they took his goods. And even if they did, it'll still end up in the Tenryo Commission's hands. They're in this together.
What? The Tenryo Commission are colluding with the Fatui now? This is the first I've heard of it. I suppose it is true. What's that got to do with me?
What, the Tenryo Commission start colluding with the Fatui after the fighting's already finished? We met a representative of the Kujo clan recently. It doesn't seem like he'd have the time to be colluding right now. But on the way over here, we accidentally
It has been brought to my attention, yes. We are scheduled to begin peace talks with the Tenryo Commission soon. The Kamisato clan has arranged for them to take place in a neutral location. Kujo-Sara and I will be accompanied by our guards. We will use the talks to discuss future plans in detail. But just as arrangements for the peace talks began to fall into place, I started hearing rumors of collusion between the Kujo clan and the Fatui. Allegedly, their goal is to completely wipe out Watatsumi Island. If that's the case, then the peace talks are likely a trap. Even the Kamisato clan could be involved. Sir, are you quite certain that your goods were stolen by the Fatui?
Yes, it's the truth. I swear. They stole my goods and then they ran off that way. I'll bet that's where their hideout is.
Very well. The potential ramifications of this incident are serious. We will retrieve your... However, if we find evidence to corroborate the claims of collusion between the Fatui and the...
Yes, of course.
Matsuda? Uchimura?
Well received, Your Excellency.
Good. Now, Traveler, Captain of Swordfish Platoon Section 2, would you join me in the investigation? Good. I look forward to seeing how you've progressed lately. I also have a few new things to...
If we do find the merchant's goods in the hands of the Fatui, it'll prove he's innocent. Whatever's going on between the Fatui and the Tenryou Commission, we need...
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
No time to lose. Yep.
This must be the Fatui camp that the merchant was talking about. From the looks of it, it used to be a Hilichurl camp. Who knows why the Fatui occupied it?
Looks pretty
Not by brute force, that's for sure. But that's not a problem. The terrain here gives us an advantage. Our enemy is in the light while we are in the shadows. Strategically, we have the upper hand. Option 1. Take the king, and it's checkmate. The Fatui's presence in Inazuma is weak at present. If we strike from above and take down their leader first, the rest of them will be hard-pressed to put up a serious fight. Option 2. Hit them where it hurts. Over there, for example. If we manage to discreetly set the gunpowder alight without alerting them, it would deal them a devastating blow. They'd be caught completely off guard. Both their morale and fighting capacity would be severely impaired. Option 3. Use the environment against them. We're close to the sea here, so the air is very humid. I can gather the water vapor, you add a touch of lightning, and together we can shock them into submission.
Wow, that's our grand strategist.
That will depend on our assessment of our own abilities. A surprise attack from the air is the quickest solution, but requires superior combat skills. With an explosion, we could rapidly reduce their numbers without a protracted battle. But absolute stealth. If we decide to take advantage of the environment, we should be prepared for a lengthy siege. So, which is your preferred option? All right. We'll draw them out first to minimize damage to the camp itself. I haven't had much chance to fight alongside you in the past. I'm not sure I'll be able to keep up with your pace. Still, not to worry. Even if I can't claim to be a warrior myself, I'm no stranger to the battlefield. Okay. Let's clear out the camp and find out...
Yeah!
I'll put you on high heat. No escape.
I'll protect us.
I see
The
through you.
moon!
You can't run. So soon.
Shouldn't let your guard down.
One with my blade. Spirit blade. Attack!
Invisible evidence! Incinerate!
You can't run.
A touch of frost.
I see through you.
Hold the line!
You can't run.
Boom!
Don't be a killjoy. You've only just begun. Looks like I... You need to hurry up. Fuse clogged.
wasn't quite what I'd call by the book. But it happens. Battles are complex things, and the situation evolves constantly.
Seems like as soon as the fighting started, the plan went out the window and we kinda winged it.
And yet, the outcome is quite satisfactory. I must admit, I wasn't expecting to find the Fatui laying low in a Hilichurl camp. What's their objective? Let's scour the camp for evidence.
All right, time. So these are the Fatui food supplies? They look... Whoa! This place is chock full of bomb-making Hey, look here! Could these belong to the merchant? Here's a... Kokomi! Kokomi! We found the merchant's stuff! Look!
I see. Oh, nothing. I just zoned out for a moment. Let's see here. Yes, these are the stolen goods, all right. Food, medicine, farming tools. All essential for post-war recovery. And he was probably stockpiling them until he could make a handsome profit. By contrast, it's doubtful that the Tenryou Commission has any need of... In all likelihood, he's just an opportunistic merchant.
He's hardly a saint, though, right? We're not just gonna give them back to him and let him go.
Don't worry. I had already foreseen that. In my recently issued post-war temporary decree, I included restrictions on the prices of essential everyday goods. These items will ultimately reach the people at a reasonable price. If he had taken the time to read the decree, it's unlikely he...
Kokomi, you think of it...
I wish that were true. Take this alleged collusion, but... the low energy doesn't exact...
Huh?
Nothing. Come on. It's not long now until the victory feast. It'll be a race against the clock to...
Got it! First we mend the peace, then we attend the feast!
I ride on wind and cloud alike. Forth, my blade!
My goods! Thank you, Your Excellency. You see,
I'm not so sure. You could have easily planned the whole...
Based on the information we gathered from the Fatui camp, there's nothing... Had it been the case, then knowing how the Fatui operates, they would have left some evidence of it.
But what if...
No ifs, no buts. We've recovered the goods. As agreed.
Apologies.
Guess we got carried away.
What did I tell you? You army numbskulls don't have a clue. All brawn and no brains coming to me with your crazy conspiracies.
Sir, I'm afraid you're getting ahead of yourself. You may be innocent of the accusations originally leveled at you, but hoarding essential goods is a crime under the temporary decree. You have already admitted to being the owner of these goods, so we are obliged to respond with appropriate measures. In addition to enforcing the sale of these goods at the accepted rates, there will also be a fine.
Wait, Your Excellency, whose side are you on here?
I have no business taking sides. As the Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island, I abide by the principle of clear and just as merit must be recognized, mistakes must be penalized. You may have been proven innocent of the more serious allegations leveled at you.
Wait a minute,
Well, don't just stand there. Take him...
Your Excellency, he says all the goods belong to him. Those of a Tenryou Commission emblem are probably his. but not the rest. Especially these ones. They're clearly for shrine use.
It seems the Fatui simply dumped all their stolen goods in one place. I know, that's a lot.
Not at all, Your Excellency. But if I may, Your Excellency, maybe there were no signs of collusion in this case. But our people know what they saw. I know the peace talks are coming up, so please keep an open mind.
I understand your concern. I'll be sure to give it further I'm going to take these items back to the Sangonomiya. Watatsumi Island observes different customs than the rest of Inazuma. I imagine it must all seem a little alien to you. It's been a long time since I last came to this village. There's been a lot to deal with recently. Next time you visit, I'll take you to visit Watatsumi Island's old shrine. You know, the earliest shrine on Watatsumi Island was not located in Sangonomiya. It was close to the Statue of the Seven. Back then, the people of this island recognized the shogun's existence, despite not venerating her as the But after she struck down our protector deity, the shrine was abandoned. Relations between Watatsumi Island and the shogunate have soured ever since. Mistrust has become deep-rooted over time. I've been hoping to raise all this at the peace talks and discuss it properly. Grievances have to be let go eventually.
Your Excellency, what brings you out this way on your busy schedule? Oh my, you're looking a little worse for wear. You need to take better care of yourself, okay?
Thanks for your...
Your Excellency, I beg you, heed a word of advice. After all this time fighting the show, if we reconcile with them, the god who once protected us will have died in vain.
Come on, that's ancient history. Besides, the fighting is barely over.
I know, it's just...
I appreciate your concerns. I will consider the options carefully, and be sure to proceed appropriately.
Wonderful. We're all...
Oh, Your Excellency? Well, I'll be... fancy meeting you. Do you know, my daughter's enrolled herself in the Shrine Maiden selection process this year. If she makes it into Sangonomiya, I'll be one very happy mother. I'm always telling my daughter that if she gets the chance to learn from Her Excellency directly, she must. I mean, just look at Her Excellency, still so young, but so mature and...
Well, if she comes to Sangonomiya...
Your Excellency. Boy, am I glad you're here. As you know, agricultural output has taken a pretty big hit this year. Let me bring you up to speed.
Oh, Your Excellency! Isn't this the captain of...
Your Excellency!
Please, remain calm, everyone. I'll get around to all your though, for the longer ones, I'd prefer it if you could write a report and submit it to the shrine. Then I can respond to each one as and when I have... Are you all right? This kind of thing is water off a duck's back for you, huh?
Your Excellency, here you are. There's been a situation. We're still waiting on the delivery of a whole batch of ceremonial items.
Oh, we retrieved those already.
Really? That's fantastic. You never cease to amaze us, I sorted through all the petitions received recently and placed them on your desk. Also, according to the schedule, you're just in time for your meeting today on the development of the textiles industry.
That's today?
Yes, the 2 young ladies have arrived safely. We're just waiting for you.
I see. Oh, let's rendezvous tomorrow.
Yay! The victory feast! Just to be clear...
That's the name of the game. There'll be someone...
Great! See you tomorrow, then! Huh. Kokomi isn't here yet. That's weird. She doesn't seem like the type to show up late to things. How is she still not here? Let's go ask that soldier over there.
Are you looking for Her Excellency? I'm afraid she isn't here at the moment. I don't know where she...
So strange.
Not necessarily. If I recall correctly, Her Excellency... let me see. Yes, number 98. Should a visitor from afar come to see me, and should my whereabouts be unknown, direct them to proceed southward until they arrive at a... The footnote stipulates that this only applies when Her Excellency has made no communication regarding her whereabouts before disappearing. And even then, only when the visitor in question is of VIP status. As far as I'm concerned, you two tick all of the boxes. I keep this directive on me at all times.
Kokomi really does think of everything.
Yep.
Are you sure this is the right place? It feels like we keep heading deeper into the middle of nowhere. Hey, doesn't that tree look like the one she described in the directive? It looks like there's a way in over there. Let's take a look. Kokomi! So this is where you ran off to. We were gonna...
It's you. I apologize.
You got sick?
No. It's nothing like that. It's just... my energy is completely spent.
You run on energy? You mean you're like a ruin guard?
No, it's just a figure of speech. You noticed? I guess to be honest, I'm not really cut out to be a leader. At first, my dream was to read up on constantly communicating with people, trying to retain their morale, having to read between the lines, making sure everyone gets the recognition they deserve. You're somehow supposed to make people feel wonderful, just from being in your presence, while also commanding their respect. It doesn't come naturally to me, but because of my bloodline, I was always going to end up being the divine priestess, sooner or later. So, whenever I feel overwhelmed, don't worry, it doesn't affect my work. I hand it over. I have to make a speech tonight, and I mustn't give the troops any reason to suspect that some...
Is there anything we can do to...
I should be feeling energized again soon if I hold off on work for a little longer. If only there was some way I could... I was reading a book last time I was here, but... I only...
We'll find it for you, and then we'll read it out to you.
You do that? I'm really lucky you came back to Watatsumi Island.
Whoa, look at him. So does Kokomi make time to deal with these? Sangonomiya events cash flow statement. Consolidated annual... This is a lot of work for one person. And it's on top of all the directives she had. Let's try... Swordfish Captain came back today. Energy +4.
That's just, Give it here!
Guess that was the wrong one. It's gotta be this one, right? Look, there's even a bookmark. None of the other... Ooh, it's pretty done. Well, let's take... Kokomi, is this the book?
I'm not sure, actually.
Kokomi? Oh no, she's gone as tonight's the victory feast. Not to mention that the peace talks are just around the corner. She's got so... You sure that's... She does look pretty exhausted. Guess there's...
Avoid disaster. The war's over. Did you see?
Yep, you've been out for ages. It's...
I haven't slept that peacefully in so long. That's gotta be 3 whole energy points right there. Thank you. Well, we better get ourselves over there.
Woohoo! Kokomi's back to full energy!
No time to lose. No time to lose.
It looks like everything's in place for the feast. But I still need...
Oh, how much energy will that...
Don't worry, I've got plenty. Thanks to you.
That's great!
Welcome, everyone! Recently, our war with the Shogun's army came to an end, and we finally saw that none of us can know what the Inazuma of the future will look like. But tomorrow, I meet with the... Thank you all for your valiant efforts throughout. Truly, this feast is held in honor of each and every one of you gathered here today. Tonight seems to have gone off without a hitch. People tend to be more open when they're in a good mood. I still have no further leads regarding the issue, and I'm concerned that something might happen at...
Okay, sure.
Watatsumi Island is finally at peace. Recently, well, the biggest thing for us is that we can finally get back out on the ocean to fish. During the hostilities, the open sea was full of warships. We just had to make do with what little fish. When the catch wasn't good, we'd all go hungry. Oh, the poor kids were crying all... We'd go to bed ravenous and be tossing and turning all night long, trying to keep it together until the morning. I hear you're captain of Swordfish too, is that right? Well, thank you for your service. Here, have a fish.
Oh, no.
Ah, come on, take it. Without you, we'd probably still be going to bed hungry tonight. Her Excellency always...
Okay, well...
Hey there. Care for some fruit and vegetables? Nature's remedy when you overdo the barbecue. Are you referring to the thing about the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui? It's funny you should say that the soldiers seem excitable, though. I've had the same feeling. See that guy over there? He's been acting strange these days, always shouting and waving his spear around when he's got nothing to do. He scared the heck out of me a few times. It's a miracle the fighting has finally come to an end. Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have much information. If you still have questions...
Sounds promising. Let's go see what that guy's doing. This guy smells of booze.
Huh? Wait, don't tell me. You actually came back. I thought you'd abandoned the platoon.
Nuh-uh. We would never run from a fight.
Is that so? All anyone talks about these days is peace and... Do you remember what the most important thing is to the Resistance? You got that right. So I'm gonna put you to the test. I'll answer your questions, but only if you can beat me in a duel.
Ugh, this guy. Would it kill him to just have a normal conversation? What do you think? Are we gonna do this?
We'll see about that. You're a strong fighter. No wonder Her Excellency chose you. You really do have a warrior's will. Then maybe you can understand us. Captain, comrade, we made it up. The story about the Tenryou Commission colluding with the Fatui, it didn't happen.
What? Poor Kokomi's been worried sick. You're telling us what the heck were you thinking? This could send you right back into war with the Tenryou Commission.
Yes, that's exactly what we're hoping to achieve. Peace talks? Everyone's been drawn in by the idea. That's why the future of Watatsumi... What's to stop the Tenryou Commission from stabbing us in the back? And what's to stop the Raiden Shogun from issuing another Vision Hunt decree? We are the Resistance. Everything hinges on our... We can't trust the Tenryou Commission or the Raiden Shogun. Surely you agree with that?
His point does kind of make sense. But something... Yeah, everything you said just now... Are you seriously willing to make up a wild rumor and ruin the peace everyone's worked...
Don't take that tone with me, acting like you're above all for the sake of victory. We embody the warrior's will to the fullest. You understand? We were all in. Now you'd have me just put down my weapon and start living like an ordinary person, but how can I? Now, every time I see them there in my mind's eye, it reminds me that I can never forgive the Tenryou Commission and never... I guess you're not one of us. Well, whatever.
Too late? Darn. Doesn't seem like he's gonna answer. What are we gonna do? This is really... about the Tenryou Commission colluding with the... They wanted the peace talks to break down so that they could carry on fighting the war. And they said...
I see. I'm fine. Don't worry. This is my fault. If only I'd perceived what they were feeling earlier. I think I understand what Kozin means when he says it's too... The talks don't begin until tomorrow. But both sides have already sent their guards to the location. I highly suspect that one of Kozin's pro-war co-conspirators will have infiltrated the guards with an intent to reignite hostilities tomorrow during the...
Well, that's no good. Do you want us to...
That won't work. Firstly, the act of bringing a new team of guards to a neutral negotiation site will put... It would almost certainly push the pro-war faction into taking action. They would attack the Tenryou Commission's guards and... we'd be in danger of war breaking out once again. Not to mention that we have no idea how many of Watatsumi Island's soldiers are involved in this plot.
Sounds like a really tricky situation.
Don't let it worry you. What's done is done. These soldiers crossed the line, but the blame is not theirs alone. Whatever let's meet here again tomorrow.
da 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 da.
Well, here. These are some directives I wrote last night. These negotiations are complex, to be sure, but I took the liberty of writing them all down. This way, you will be able to adapt.
Whoa. Let's see. Fierce dispute, violent escalation, armed revolt. Wow. There are so many. But you've thought of a solution to...
Glad to hear it. These peace talks are quite exceptional. But any amount of dissatisfaction within our ranks weakens our negotiating position. As the Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island, this responsibility is, of course, mine to shoulder. But excellent. It's been a while, Kujo-Sara. I believe...
Yes, where you dealt my forces quite the devastating blow. But before we go any further, what are you doing here?
That's right. She's here to bear witness to the proceedings. She experienced the war between us firsthand and has made an enormous contribution towards securing the peace we have today. I couldn't think of a more suitable candidate.
Seems reasonable. Then let's get straight into it. The first item is the maritime administration issue. During wartime, we restricted fishing rights for watatsumi vessels in Narukami water. We intend to remove these restrictions. But going forward, any of your vessels that fish in our waters will have to pay taxes in accordance with Narukami legislation.
That's fine. But if they're paying taxes, they should also be entitled to protection from the Tenryou Commission while in your waters. Any losses they sustain due to issues of public security will need to be compensated by the Tenryou Commission.
Accepted. Let's add that to the peace treaty. I can assure you that your vessels will be quite safe in our hands.
Negotiations seem to be going pretty smoothly.
The next item has to do with the movement of people and military authority. In the past, our people have been subjected to lengthy interrogations on arrival in Watatsumi. And the same has been true for your people on arrival to Narukami. Economic cooperation between our islands has suffered greatly as a consequence. Few merchants are now. Since the war is now over, I propose that we have the Yashiro Commission appoint.
The problem there is that trade is a reciprocal affair. We'll need to involve merchants from both sides in this process if it is to succeed.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Watatsumi Island facing severe shortages of many essential goods at the moment? Having the Yashiro...
True, we're experiencing some shortages, but we will recover in due course. Between the diverse range of goods we can produce ourselves and our strong trade links with other areas, we are capable of sourcing everything we need. Not to mention that your proposal would require separate talks with the Kamisato clan. If they've yet to sanction it, I believe you are going beyond the remit of the Tenryou Commission's authority.
Let's leave that aside for now, then. On to the military question.
That just isn't feasible. Not in the short term, at least.
With all due respect, feasibility doesn't come into it. The Tenryou Commission alone has ultimate responsibility for Inazuma's national security. We cannot allow Watatsumi Island to be the sole exception to this rule indefinitely.
You Kujo scum! Colluding with the Fatui isn't low enough for you already. You just want to take everything away from us. Comrades, never trust the Kujo. Let's get them!
Protect Madame Kujo!
Number 16. No, wait. 67? Or is it 73? Which one is it?
Last one, but hold off for the moment. Stand down, Tadakatsu. The situation has changed. Rest assured, I am fully aware of your concerns. But Madame Kujo, this is rather serious. I believe...
Excuse me for a moment. Nobody makes another move until I have finished investigating. You two, here, now! Speak! Collusion with the Fatui? Is this true?
I wouldn't exactly call it collusion.
We were approached by a few Fatui. They mentioned a potential cooperation to keep the war against Watatsumi Island going. At the time, I felt like we could give it a try. After all, there'd be nothing to lose.
But we were extremely careful. We didn't agree to anything. We just said they could maybe start by heading to Watatsumi Island and stirring things up a little. With respect, ma'am, there was no collusion. It was just a one-off conversation. How anyone...
That's enough. When we return, there will be consequences. Might I remind you that this is the Fatui? Have you completely forgotten what they did to us? You should be having no interaction with them whatsoever, let alone entertaining offers of cooperation. So, what did they want out of it?
The Fatui's main forces have already left Inazuma. The few who approached us seemed like they wanted to settle a score for their boss.
Oh, her subordinates. So they're out for revenge. They want to keep Inazuma in a state of turmoil. One day, I will hunt them down. We bear responsibility for this issue. My sincere apologies. I have my own negligence to blame for this state of affairs.
But of course, Madame Kujo. For the time being, however, there is evidently some discord within the Tenryou Commission's ranks. I would therefore not feel comfortable releasing Watatsumi Island's forces into your command at this time.
It seems that I must acquiesce. I will lay this issue aside for now. But we shall revisit it as soon as As for the trade issues we raised, I will discuss options with the Yashiro Commission and...
Seems like Kujo Sara's on the defensive now. These
I never knew the grand strategist of Watatsumi Island was a skilled negotiator. as well as a formidable command. I hope that when we meet again, we can continue these sit-down discussions. I think we can leave things there for today. Once I get back, I will conduct a thorough investigation into the Tenryou.
I should inform you that we took out a Fatui camp recently. I suspect that before long, they will attempt to re-establish contact with your people in the hope of procuring some assistance. I recommend you say and do nothing on the matter for the time being, lest you tip them off and they disappear. Wait for them to come to you. That way, you can capture them all in one fell swoop.
I will bear this in mind. I shall take my leave now.
Your Excellency,
Let's discuss it after we get back.
Your Excellency!
I have already been informed on the reasons for your actions. You believe the Tenryou Commission to be untrustworthy and sought to sabotage the peace talks and reignite the war. Fortunately, the end result exposed and thwarted a secret Tenryou Commission plot. Yet, this was purely incidental.
But Your Excellency, so many comrades have sacrificed themselves in the line of duty. I want to keep fighting. I want ultimate victory.
I understand your sentiments. But you cannot simply impose your will and expect others to bear the consequences. During the war, there were highs and there were lows. And in the end, there was a glorious victory. For you, perhaps, that you saw nothing of the countless others who will remember the war quite differently. Most people suffered terribly through each day. Watatsumi Island's people yearn for peace because they have long since given all they had to the war effort. They are tired of treading water and don't need you dragging them back underneath once... I understand, I do. And it was largely an oversight on my part. I taught you to nurture a warrior's will, but never how to let it go.
It's not your fault, Your Excellency. Either way, we are ready to accept sentence.
Very well. Then I hereby declare... that as of today, I am founding a new secret corps of the army. This division will be responsible for keeping Watatsumi Island safe and secure, neutralizing any and all threats to the peace of our island. You and your comrades will all be welcome to join. But be warned, the training will be grueling. Perseverance and grit will be in high demand.
Your Excellency, what are you...
I have concluded from today's peace talks that the Kujo clan cannot achieve absolute peace and stability in the near future. Many seek peace. It is right that Watatsumi Island moves towards peace, but we must still retain a defensive capacity. Those whose warrior's will is alive and well, I invite you to embark on the most challenging training regimen of your life. I don't want to hear from any of you again until all of you can take on 2 shogunate samurai at a time.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
All right, dismissed. Go and report to General Goro. And remember, there can be no more insubordination. And if there is, there will be no more leniency from me, whatever reasons you may have.
Yes, ma'am. From now on, we will focus... Thank you for this opportunity, Your Excellency.
I think I can feel my energy levels starting to drop.
After all that training,
Thank you for everything. With your help, peace has been, recovering. Slowly, but surely. Today was a reminder that I don't cope well in situations with lots of people. I think I might get Goro to handle the negotiations next time. Do you think so? To be honest, in the past, I was concerned only with winning the war, restoring peace, but I realize now that wasn't going far enough. I have a long way to go. But that's okay. In short, I've still got some maturing to do.
La da 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 da.
Where I'm from. If we didn't keep moving, we'd freeze to death. Literally.